Welcome back, first timers. But if you're new here, I'm David, and this is Terry.
We're the first timers. We're trying things for the first time, and you can too.
You might be wondering why we're in the gym. Are we going to show you a sweet new workout? Not today. What are we doing, Terry?
We got bikes, but we got to put them together first.
So in this video, we're going to be building and reviewing two of the beach cruisers by American Flyer. So I got the 26-inch step over Wave 2.0, and Terry got the 24-inch step through Wave 2.0, both
Yep.
by American Flyer.
I'm excited, are you?
I'm super excited.
You've seen us ride a lot of bikes in our videos, and now we finally have our own.
So we were researching different bikes to get because every stop we've gone, we've been renting bikes and it
Yeah.
started to add up. So we decided to splurge and get our own bikes, but we were looking for that mid-range bike. I know with beach cruisers, they can go from not that much to a whole heck of a lot.
Real fast.
And we wanted to stay somewhere in the lower middle, something that was durable, that we could travel with us when we go camping. So we settled on American Flyer. We saw really good reviews about them.
Yeah.
They're based out of California. The folks there were able to help us. They actually gave us a military discount. Shipping was relatively inexpensive and very quick. We're looking forward to testing them out.
I guess it's time to start building.
Am I going to build them?
You're gonna build them.
Okay.
I got things to do.
Well, like when Terry was left to do all the cooking, I guess I'll be left to do all the building. Initial reaction off building the first bike, it's taken way longer than I think it should take anybody to build that bike. There's really not that many moving pieces that you have to add on. The front wheel, the handlebars, the seat, the reflectors, and that's pretty much it. There were no instructions at all in the box, and I thought I was missing the two nuts that you need to secure the tire to the front of the bike, but they were tucked away in some spacers that I pulled off to throw away. So I was trying to find an alternative, went through the trash and found the nuts. I totally almost didn't find those. So that's user error on my part, but that took a long time to try and figure that out. Any of the adjustments have to be made with Allen wrenches. So there's no quick release or any type of quick adjustments. Everything has to be with an Allen wrench, and it's a little finicky. So again, I've never built a bike or put together a bike or really even owned a bike. It does seem a little bit more time consuming than it has been with the bikes that we rented, where they just kind of lock into place with pressure. So these ones you have to take off, like some of them you have to take off little caps, and then different size Allen wrenches for everything. So if you're on a bike ride or traveling, you're going to want to bring a set of Allen wrenches that fit these because they're all a little bit different. The other thing that I've noticed too, compared to the bikes that we've rented, the wheels are a lot more narrow. Didn't really look into that much when I was buying it, so I was kind of thinking beach cruisers had a standard size tire that was kind of a fat tire. These ones aren't that fat. We'll see how those fare in the sand or going across like gravel. This bike does come with a kickstand, but the basket was an aftermarket purchase because I like to carry a lot of stuff with me. Finally got done putting together the second bike. It was a lot quicker than the first one. However, there's a front fender that I couldn't get it to fit. The screws didn't line up with the holes. The little metal tag that hooks up to the bike was just a little too tall, so when you were turning the handlebars, it would catch. So maybe I filled the tires to the correct PSI according to the tires, so 40 PSI. For whatever reason, it's just a little too tall of a tire for the front fender to fit properly. But that's okay because I think Terry's going to want to put a basket on the front, and I'm not sure if she's really going to like the fender. So as soon as she gets home, we're going to jump on these bikes, cruise around the neighborhood, and see what we think. We took our bikes out on a maiden voyage. First reactions for me is they're pretty light. I think they're at or just below 30 pounds each, so for a beach cruiser, that's pretty light. They got up to speed really quickly. They stopped. relatively well.
Yeah, the brakes work for sure.
They picked up speed going downhill, and they weren't too much work pushing uphill with no gears. So I don't know if we mentioned earlier, but we got the single gears. Some of the things I don't like about them, I mentioned earlier, there's no way to adjust anything without having the Allen wrenches and the screwdrivers and everything. So no quick disconnect or quick adjustment feature.
That's kind of a pain.
It is kind of a pain. So if you're traveling, make sure you have those things. The other thing too, the handles, like the grips, they feel kind of cheapy. They're foam, and I just feel like they'll start to deteriorate pretty quickly. I mean, some of it already started coming off in my hand, and I think that's probably something we'd want to replace down the road. But what do you think about the seat?
It's pretty comfortable. I mean, I was only on it for a couple minutes, but it was comfortable. Yeah, they seem light. I like that this bike is a little bit smaller than the ones that we have been renting. I don't feel like I'm going to crash as much because I'm, tiny. It's a little bit more difficult to get on and off the bike and like
when
control
they're taller.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this one has the step through, and I think some of the we rented were step over.
They were all step over, I think.
So I think the step through will help. It is lower. It's a smaller bike. I'm looking forward to testing it.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a trip coming up. Give them the test.
Final thoughts on the bike. Too early to tell. These bikes are a little bit more than you'd pay for like the ones at the big box stores, but those ones seem to be a little bit heavier, a little bit clunkier, and just didn't seem like they had the fit and finish or the quality that we were looking to have for long-term use.
Yep. And we'll find out, right?
To be determined. Well, thanks again for following along for another adventure, and we look forward to seeing you the next time we do something else new for the first time.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. First timers.
High five.